We're into a fish now, and welcome to Angling For You. Today you join me at Rustic's Pond, and we're testing out the Reactacore XZ. We're fishing it in with a sawn off shotgun feeder, which is the smaller of the shotgun range. And into the first fish, and you see lovely little carp and fantastic through action that it's got on this rod. Cushions all those all those near net lunges with a little ghosted carp to start the day. This game went up and go a little bit through the setup and what we're doing. Perfectly hooked, just inside the lip. A beautiful ghosted common to start the day. Lovely little fish, fin perfect. It's getting back. It's nice and cold on it here, so we'll get him back. Right. Let's have a little chat about this rod. So, if you're watchers of the channel, you'll understand that we've actually given this rod away, and this is a little test of this rod before it goes to its new home, and we've done it at the courtesy of Middy, the fantastic guys there. Dave, big shout out, that sent us this to test, and we feel that if we get things like this, it's only fair to give back to the members, because it's the members that are watching the video. So the Reactacore, fantastic piece of kit, 10'6", absolutely weighs nothing. It's in sort of the higher price bracket that Middy uses a rod. Comes with 2 tips and a case. Fantastic through action, as you saw on that fish, which hopefully we'll catch more, and we can further go into that. But it's a 2-piece, and it's an absolutely stunning, lovely balance to it. It's got really nice smoked out graphics on there, and this is the mini carp feeder version of it. Now looking at the handle itself, I've kept the plastic on obviously for the new owner, so then they get an absolutely spanking new rod. It's got a twist lock for the reel, as you'd imagine on most rods now, and it's got obviously a really nice tapered cork / foam handle, a nice little Middy logo on the end just to finish it off. And the reel itself, fantastic reel. This is a 4000, not the distance and everything that I'll need today, obviously, but GFD 4000s, and they're absolutely silky smooth. The handle, it's got like a neoprene style handle on there, 6.1 ratio for the bearings, so silky smooth. So as you can hear there, look, hardly any ticking noise to it. It's silky smooth. Front drag, which is absolutely essential. Obviously the click for back wind is on there, like you'd expect on most reels, but this one, and it's my bugbear, it comes with 2 spools, which is really good, because the reel itself is about 45 to 50 pounds depending on where you get it from. So to come with 2 spools, it always gets my vote. So I've loaded that up with £8 M-Tech line, which is on the other one, and £6 M-Tech line, which is on this one, for the new owner. So without further ado, we'll go into what we're actually got on the hook and why we're using that today, and then we'll get back out there and hopefully have a fish. So I'm just going to dip that there for now, and we're going to grab these fantastic feeders to have a look at. So we've all seen the video, hopefully, of the shotgun feeder, and the shotgun feeder is a fantastic piece of kit. I go into great detail in how it explodes the bait out, but I've got two of the big ones here just to, in fact I'll just hold it up against to show you the difference. So it comes in different weights and different sizes. So that's the large 30 gram, so that's what we were fishing with before, and I put the other sawn off shotgun next to it. You can see the difference. It's a lot smaller feeder, and it obviously delivers less bait. It goes in different grammage. There's obviously this one's a 30, there's a 20, there's a 40 gram one, depending on how far you chuck him. But the reasons behind using those feeders is you've all fished sort of pellet, probably fished pellet cone or small little feeders to get those pellets in, where you're not introducing too much bait in order to catch these fish in the cold months. Now with the rig itself, I'll just bring that down. We've got a feeder fixed on one of the shotgun feeders, so as you can see it's fixed on, it goes all the way through, and that allows that sort of sliding action, and that's onto a feeder bead. I've got a slightly longer hook link today, just for the warier fish, and we're using a 6mm pellet with an MCM number 16 Preston hook, and that's Pro Gen Pro line, which is 016. So it is a really simple rig. It's actually straight through, and like you would do with any other feeder that you fish with, straight through to a feeder bead, and it's, you know, simple as it gets really. We're looking to only deliver that small amount of bait, so not to sort of overfeed the fish this time of year. Now I know a lot of people when they fish these kind of methods in the winter, they tend to put all the additives in. That now there's no negative and positive to this. I'm just going to load this feeder up while I'm saying there's no negative and positive to this. Now in regards to that, they do it for extra attraction. Personally, I dabble with it sometimes when I'm maybe on the rivers and things like that. I do it sometimes when I'm mixing them up, but in the winter I feel that I go for a natural approach. I'm not saying that it doesn't work with additives. I think when it comes to stuff like that, it's all about confidence. And if you've fished those additives and you have confidence that that bait is going to enhance, that additive is going to enhance your bait, then go with it. I like the natural approach when I'm doing winter fishing. If anything, I use the additives more when it's summer, and I feel that the reason that is in the summer, the warmth of the water makes the oils and the things inside of that additive sort of come to life a little bit more, and that usually does the business for me. But although I don't use it very often, it's usually crab flavouring or something like that in my pellets when I'm fishing a hybrid or something of that nature. But like I say, it's just a simple natural bait. We've got a small amount of bait going in. There's a ledge that shallows right up to the island, which is undercut, and we're just fishing down at the bottom of that ledge, which is just sort of past the edges of these reeds. Into another fish now. Only a small fish this time, feels like a silver, but you can see that wonderful sort of action to the rod, and even when you've got a small silver fish on, it's not bumping things off. It's still got the softness. It's a little baby carp actually. It's still got the softness to land them smaller fish, but without bumping, which is great. Oh my god, this is stunning. What a beautiful little fish. I mean, that is absolutely beautiful. Just an absolute picture perfect mirror carp. It is absolutely perfection. Look at that. That is so stunning. Oh, and he's in the water. But what a beautiful little fish that was. Let's get that back out there, and see if we can get some more bait on. Get it back out there and see if we can catch some more fish. See if we can have a little bit bigger one the first one. Small silver. It's a nice little roach. Perfectly. Let's have a look. That's the good thing about these little 4mm pellets. We can catch these nice silvers as well as catching these carp as well. And what you want to do really inside when you're fishing winter sessions, cold water sessions, is you want to give yourself the best chance of catching rather than specifically aiming just to catch carp. You need to just give yourself the best odds of catching fish. And that's a big part of winter fishing. Everybody likes to go out and catch carp and stuff like that, but when it comes to winter, it's a different game. You've got to, you want to try and catch fish, and fishing with that slightly smaller pellet gives you an option to do that. Into another fish now. A strong bite. I've got to assume that was a carp bite, but great take and rod absorbing that run nicely. Just swam all the way up into my feet. Oh, it's a nice little carp by the look of it. Lovely bite. A lovely little fish. Let's have one. Nice. Beautifully in the corner of the mouth, as always. Still plenty of life left in it. It's not giving up at all. It's real knock. I'll drop it down and see if I can pick it up. It's a little cool bar and it doesn't want to be picked up. Easy target. There we go. Lovely little fish. A little bar of gold. Let's get him back in. Get that pellet on and see if we can wangle another one out. That's what I was saying about these 4mm pellets. They're not massively different to those little micros. You can catch a nice fish like that, or they can catch you small fish. And that's why it's sometimes more favourable to try those. But the other thing is that they're less obtrusive. And what I mean by that is that a fish in winter, they're a little bit more wary than normal, and a smaller pellet sometimes, among other small pellets, can do the job even with big fish over a bigger pellet. Not always, but it certainly can make the difference, and going slightly smaller, as we always do with the hooks anyway. I'm 16 to 18 hooks, but these MCM hooks, these 16s, they are small 16s, and they're dark black colour, so they're very difficult to see. Into another fish. Lovely slow pull through bite there. Feels like another F1 or a small carp. It's a lovely pull round of the tip, and again those small pellets doing the job. It feels a little bit bigger than the last one. Got that drag set nice and soft anyway. It's a little ghosted carp, that's why it's pulling a little bit harder. Rod taking all the lunges. There it is in the net. It's another nice fish. Let's get him unhooked and held up for camera. Doing absolutely chaos in this net. Hooked again perfectly inside the lip with this lovely Preston hooks. Still going bananas in the net. Let's get him lifted up. Lovely silver mirror scales on him. Let's get him back in. It's like a bar of ice. Right, let's see if we can catch another. Into another fish now. It's probably the way it's fighting. It feels like a skimmer. That took a little wafter this time. Wallowing on the surface, it's got to be a skimmer. Lovely action on this. It's so smooth, this reel, and action on this rod's fantastic. So soft. Well, it's a carp actually. It's just not doing much about it. It's just wallowing about. Nice little carp as well. And he is in the net. Wallowed around like a skimmer, that did. It's not a bad little carp as well. Let's get this tightened up and have a look at him. As always, hooked perfectly in the lip with that beautiful MCM Preston hook. Lovely hooks. It's going to be a beautiful little fish. Not much of a fight. It's freezing cold, even putting his fin up for us. Let's get him back in there and get him pushed away. Well, there you take it. Fantastic bit of kit. Reactacore. Just lovely, balanced carp feeder rod. Obviously, we're able to handle fish well into double figures, and you know, the new XZ range it's a great rod to use. Like I said before, it's going to be sent off to this lucky winner, and is going to get a really great setup along with that 4000 GFD reel and a couple of these little sawn off shotgun feeders. So yeah, again, thanks a lot to Middy, Dave at Middy. Go check their new website out actually at middy.co.uk. Lots of new tackle and bits and bobs on there, and their Facebook page as well. As always, thank you for your support, especially through 2019, and join us on the Facebook group and look out for sort of giveaways and things like that all year round basically. And big thanks to ProGen Tackle for everything that they've done this year, as always, with fantastic support from Nigel and from Chris. Absolutely fantastic. Join us on the Facebook group, Angling For You. Join us on the Instagram, Angling_For You. Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks a lot. Tight lines.